She say she want hood nigga. I keep the perk by the pound. The trunk stay bumped and y'all know we run the town. Hood nigga. And I keep a bad bitch around. Thick bitch, long hair, yellow, white, red, brown. Hood nigga. And my Chevy sitting on 24s. Flats look like flapjack. Pancake, you ain't no hood nigga. I'ma play the game how it go. They can take me out the hood, but I'ma keep it hood, folks. I'm on that hood kush and alcohol. I got some down bitches I can call. What's that? I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'ma fall till the day I fall. Yeah, as long as my bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate as long as my bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate as long as these bitches love me. I can give a darn about no hate as long as these bitches love me. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this country shit. Country shit. Country shit. Let me tell you about this super fly, dirt, coast, mud and water. Shorty, pop that pussy if you wanna. Let me tell you about this old school pouring lean, candy yams and collard greens, pocket full of stones, riding clean.
Well, I'm just one parlay away from a new house, new car. I'm just one parlay away. Trust I'ma take us far. I'm just one parlay away. One parlay away. One parlay away. Oh, I took the Chiefs on over, took my homes on yards. Everything is going good so far. Lakers beating the Knicks. Spread is only 6. 2 minutes left in the game, baby. I'm about to hit. Ow!
I need out, yeah, I need out. Blood pressure higher than a body count. Tomorrow she has to go. She's a mama. I think I married a hoe. Married a hoe. I said, mama, I think I married a hoe. I made a mistake, mama. No, oh no. I want you. A man can't do nothing for you. All these hoes ain't loyal. All these hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. These hoes ain't loyal. 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 These hoes ain't loyal. When a rich brother wants you and your man can't do nothing for you. All these hoes ain't loyal. Ain't loyal. Whoa, these hoes ain't loyal. Yeah, these hoes ain't loyal. Yeah, these hoes ain't loyal. 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 These hoes ain't loyal.
Don't tell me about me. Stop telling 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 me about me. I don't need you to tell me about me.
At a Butler County Sheriff's Office auction, Jason Fauntleroy bought this lot hoping to build a home on it. But the purchase didn't come with just this sliver of land, it came with this entire street.
It's been a nightmare.
That's how Fauntleroy describes the back and forth he's been having with the city of Trenton. It's over this piece of land he's owned for 3 years. Fauntleroy claims the city began the process of reclaiming the land through eminent domain back in October. But when the property was appraised, instead of assessing all of the land, the lot and the sliver of street out in front, Fauntleroy maintains they only appraised a portion.
They shut me out. They block my calls. It's hard to even get through to anybody.
Fauntleroy says he just wants the full and fair value. So I took his unanswered questions to the city of Trenton.
So he legally owns this lot here and this street?
Yes.
He purchased that. How can he purchase a street where there are multiple homes on that drive?
So I'm not sure how that occurs, other than that it was a private drive that was created through a homeowners association. The homeowners association was responsible for maintaining that property.
Trenton City Manager Marcos Nichols says the city's actions are a result of contentious conversations.
If you purchase the street in addition to the lot, why is the lot only being assessed for property value in this eminent domain litigation?
So I cannot speak to the appraised value. The thought process with the appropriation process is to convert the private drive to a public roadway, which the city would then be responsible for maintaining and owning.
Treat people fair. Don't just take advantage of someone because they don't have the means of getting an attorney.
In Trenton, Jay Shakur, WCPO 9 News.
I'm Katie Legrone. New school bus cameras have already caught tens of thousands of drivers illegally passing school buses. But some drivers who believe they were unfairly ticketed in one Florida county don't have a way to challenge their citations, leaving some to wonder if there's no justice, is it just about money?
If the wheels on the bus go round and round, new school bus cameras like these are going. The motive.
We just want our kids to be able to get on the bus and go to school safely, and that's it.
The problem.
Sounds like from your perspective that these cameras are set up for the driver to fail.
I would certainly say that.
Lars Larson says the cameras that supposed
I've been on mute this whole time. Jesus Christ. Ain't about. I hope I ain't been on mute this whole time. Oh, Lord Jesus. Well, here you go. Y'all saw the first video. That's all that matters. All right, look, man. You got to ask yourself this question. This is a good, noble cause, you would think. Putting cameras on the school bus to catch these people that don't want to stop when kids are getting off the bus. Anybody that has kids don't want their kid getting hit walking across the street. They don't. Getting off the school bus, walking across the street, they do not want them to get hit. So the cameras, noble cause, man, to catch these people that do their dumb stuff, write them some tickets, possibly put their ass in jail. Why, if that's the case though, why is the news at this man's house? Why is this man complaining about it? And y'all about to find out. Y'all about to find out.
supposedly nabbed him.
My mic was on mute.
Blowing past a stopped school bus in Hillsborough County recently.
I saw the video, I'm like, okay, you got me, right?
Got it wrong.
And then I played it through, and I'm like, hold on.
Larson is one of more than 55,000 drivers in Hillsborough who in just the first 4.5 months of the school year has been cited for passing a school bus.
Oh, hold up, wait a minute, y'all. 55,000 in 4 months? They done wrote 55,000 tickets, y'all, just off the school bus cameras in 4 months. 55,000. 55,000? This sounds a little fishy now.
Bus while it's stopped for kids. The digital eye is part of a new state law that allows school districts to record drivers ignoring these signs to stop. So far, cameras are equipped on buses in at least 4 Florida school districts and have caught tens of thousands of drivers in the act.
I mean, it's absurd, right?
That's because a closer look at the video of Larson's violation has this father of 5 fuming. In one video, Larson, who's driving this white Yukon, appears to approach the front side of the bus a moment after it stopped. Then in this wider fisheye view, you can see his SUV is already parallel to the bus as the bus's stop sign begins to deploy.
I would say the stop arm is probably in line with the handle of my door. So we're getting into like the peripheral where I would not hold any driver accountable, because if something was there, you would have hit it. Right?
Larson's citation has him on the hook $225.
I want these kids to be safe. I want us to have safe neighborhoods, but I also want to not have to deal with getting something in the mail, threatening to fine me for something that and if you go back and look at the footage, I didn't do.
So you think it's a money grab?
Oh, 100%. It's a money grab. Absolutely.
David Walker.
All right, now see here. Now we saw that his video. He was clearly already past the front of the bus. And I can understand somebody getting a letter in the mail and then you see the video and it's like, man, I didn't do that. But y'all, I want y'all to understand, it gets deeper than that. Because remember, it was already 55,000 in 4 months. And we clearly saw that man didn't break that state law that they just put in place. I'm gonna show y'all how dirty it gets. Watch this shit.
Agrees. This is him turning out of his subdivision just as a school bus begins to stop. And in this view, it appears he's already turning as the stop arm begins to deploy.
I got my own ticket for doing absolutely nothing.
I don't know why I got that ticket.
Karen Coring also fired up after she believes her violation video shows how these cameras give little leeway to drivers.
I didn't illegally pass the school bus. That was my first thought, like in the midst of the stop sign going on. And I'm halfway past the stop sign. Even at that point, I didn't even pay no attention to that.
Karen, David, and Lars plan to challenge their fines.
I'm going to fight to the end.
I have contacted the ticket clinic.
I'm actually going to submit today the paperwork.
But we've discovered they'll face another problem. Out of more than 55,000 citations issued in the county, we've discovered so far not a single one has been challenged in court.
Turns out here in Hillsborough County, the legal process that should give drivers a chance to defend themselves isn't up and rolling like these school bus cameras are. So drivers who want to challenge a citation in court can't and don't even know it.
That is.
Yeah, this shit crazy, bro. This shit wild. You saw that shit?
Y'all see why I'm covering this video today? They're writing tickets, and they writing a lot of tickets. 55,000 in just 4 months. I'm gonna keep emphasizing that because that's a crazy amount of tickets getting sent out to people. $225 a pop. You writing these people a ticket, you sending it to them in the mail, and if they wanted to challenge their ticket, you know, because everybody's afforded the right of due process. You get to face your accuser. They don't even have a system set up so people can challenge these tickets. So you have to ask yourself now, what happens if I don't pay this ticket? They gonna take your driver's license? They gonna put some points on your driver's license? They gonna come to your house and arrest you? That man has evidence that he did not break that law. That woman, hers is real close too. I don't think that counts. The man coming around the bend and shit, I don't think that one counts either. Now, they probably have gotten some people that's just speeding past that and they need to pay their ticket. But for the people that want to challenge their ticket, they can't even challenge it. So what are they left to do? It sounds like a little bit of extortion because I don't understand how you can put a program in place. But I know a lot of cities do this dumb shit, just like, you know, selling somebody some land and then, you know, eminent domaining it back because you don't want to sell it to him, but then only paying him for a part of the land he bought from you. You know, that's kind of crazy too. But yeah, it's gonna get worse, and these people ain't going for that shit. We got hear me out. I'm gonna just say H in the building. He said it was parked at a 4-way and I was turning right, but I didn't notice it had a stop sign out. Yeah, that's what she did say. It say I was only going 5 miles though. 5 miles per hour though. I think that's neither here nor there in the grand scheme of things, because each one of them that I saw, they were pretty much already past the front of the bus by the time that thing came out. And I'm not gonna just slam on the brakes in the middle of the road. But either way though, we don't let them keep going.
That's just obnoxious, right?
How this happened remains unclear, but the school district, the sheriff's office, which reviews the video and issues the violation, and the camera company, Bus Patrol, all get a chunk of the money each time a driver pays a fine. None of them would talk to us about it on camera. In statements, Bus Patrol, which gets a $65 cut from every paid violation, said anyone who receives a citation for illegally passing a school bus should be afforded all due process remedies provided under law. While the school district, which generated more than $1 million in revenue from paid fines in December alone, told us, quote, the court system is finalizing their part of the
Now, hold up. Wait a minute. How much in 1 month, y'all? Follow the money. In 1 month, they've generated over $1 million. And I bet money, y'all, it'll be the same school district, the same county that'll tell you that they broke and can't fix the road. They can't fix them potholes in your neighborhood. But they inject $1 million from y'all in a month. Now watch them say this dumb shit about we're gonna get the system up and running after we've already been writing tickets like crazy and charging y'all. People done paid these tickets already, but we ain't got a system up for y'all to challenge it. Watch them say that dumb shit.
Told us, quote, the court system is finalizing their part of the process.
Is it fair for this program to even be up and running and issuing violations, $225 violations to drivers, if the system is not fully operating?
No, it's not fair at all, because it's taking away a fundamental right that we all have, is to be able to make sure that our accusers, we confront our accusers.
Jesse Philippe is a traffic attorney and says operating cameras to catch drivers without having the system already in place for them to contest a violation is illegal. We showed him some of the video from our drivers.
If you look at the video, you can see that the driver was already past the stop sign before it actually went out. So that would be one of the prime examples why you need to essentially have a board in place to contest these tickets.
According to the school district, drivers who contest are not required to pay for the violation at this time, and their due process has been protected.
The intent of the statute was to protect children. Now it seems like the intent of the statute is to fine people without the ability to even contest it. So to me, it is a money grab.
To your point, it's like, what would you say to the county of Hillsborough? You know, it's like, I'll see you in court, but I guess I can't yet.
Just under 1,500 drivers have opted to contest their citations here in Hillsborough. And while we don't know if this program is really making things safer yet for students, here's what we do know. It is generating a lot of money. In December, the Hillsborough County School District collected more than $1 million in paid fines. That's more than 20 times what it generated just 2 months earlier. Katie LaGrone reporting.
And we all know what it is. It's all about a money grab, man. It's all about a money grab. It's crazy that you would set up. Think about it. These are the people that have been elected into office. People have trust in these people, and they voted in their Senate or whatever to make this state law. You would think that they would get all their ducks in a row before they roll out a new program. No, we ain't got the court stuff right yet, but you know, we gonna go on here and start writing tickets though. That's what we gonna do. We gonna generate over $1 million. We gonna write over 55,000. I was about to say 5,500. 55,000 tickets in 4 months. In 4 months, y'all, before we even get our system up and running. People done paid. Yeah, she said it was like 1,500 people that's gonna challenge they shit. But how many people already done paid? Think about it, $225 a pop. Divide that by $1 million. How many people you think they done paid them fines already? And we can't just automatically assume that all them people broke the law, because we saw video already that 3 people, maybe that last one that was turning, I don't know, because you can't see it. If you can't see it, they supposed to have lights on it. I ain't trying to make excuses for the dude, but I can understand how he didn't see that shit. Because he turning, and the bus still wasn't even completely stopped. By the time he came around the bend, the sign was finally out. You got evidence of people that didn't actually break the law, and they already got tickets coming to their house. People need to be a little bit upset about that, and that's why I say, man, look, we wonder why when we see videos like the one I'm gonna show y'all tonight, where cops do egregious stuff, and they should be held accountable. You wonder why certain people in certain issues don't get pushed forward, like pushed to court. Like it's always these roadblocks at the roadblocks at the roadblocks before this shit can even get to a jury. And then by the time it gets to a jury, you already know, with all the media press and everything about it, people have already formed their opinion about shit. And you can get mistrials, you can get bad convictions, you can get non-convictions. It's an issue. And we need people to actually, man, we need to hold our public officials accountable, regardless of what position they're in, whether they're a senator, a city councilman, a police officer, all the way around. We need to hold these people accountable, because all they're doing is just taking our money. They're just taking our damn money. And it don't make no sense. But now we about to get to the cops, y'all. We about to get to the cops. See, CJ said, I'll be on with my kids. All right, I got you. H said, I don't know, man. That's like 5,000 tickets to make $1 million. 5,000 tickets to make $1 million. At least half are probably legit. I don't give them. H, you can give them that. You can give them that grace. I don't. The same way they gonna look at you if you driving and the cops say you did something but you didn't do it and they go to court, the judge is gonna probably believe them. I'm gonna have the same thought process for them that they have for us. Nah, you guilty. But nah, I give people a benefit of the doubt until they prove to me otherwise that they don't deserve it. But everybody should have a clean slate. Nobody should go into a situation automatically being presumed guilty, because you know we're supposed to live in a country where we hold people to a standard of innocent until proven guilty. But we know how it really works in this country. You're guilty until you can prove your innocence. That's how it is. It really is, even though we say the opposite. But here we go, y'all. We about to get into the first cop video. And this one right here is funny because H, you sound like you support these people. This is another man that actually supports the cops. He supports the cops. He supports law enforcement, city council, all that stuff. He got his wake-up call. You about to see it. Now, and this ain't even the worst one because I'm saving the worst one for last, y'all. Saving the worst one for last. So either way, though, where this happened? Oh, Arizona. Y'all know out there in Phoenix, Arizona, them police be murking people. They be dropping citizens left and right. But either way, though, here we go. Let's check it out.
Can I have your name and address? Can I have that? Renee, put it back to us. We'll look at it.
Did this man just get arrested and thrown in jail just for asking questions? That's what he believes, and that's why he's filed a new lawsuit. The case raises a lot of questions about Phoenix police, questions that already exist.
Questions about discrimination, retaliation, and violation of the First Amendment. Here's ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biscobine.
So now this happened almost a year ago.
Yep.
February 6, 24, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And what happened that day at this bus stop in West Phoenix
Renee, put it back to us. We'll look at it.
left William Kitchen under arrest and heading to jail.
Just like, oh my God, what did I do? You know, so it was a mix of emotions from anxiety to confusion to just, I was perplexed, like, what happened? You know, what did I do?
This blurry body camera video begins with William already detained by police. The partial footage, about 14 minutes total, is all he was given after his arrest. So why did police stop him? Court records show officers were conducting an intensive operation at the bus stop, and police say William obstructed the thoroughfare. Is that true?
No. There was no cars coming.
Shortly after being searched, police took William out of cuffs, gave him back his stuff, and had him sit. Then, to understand what had happened, he asked a plainclothes supervisor why he was stopped.
What was the ARS code that you said I violated? It was on the revised statute 13, 29-16. ARS 13-0926? Close enough. What was it? I'm going to have my attorney look at it. What's the minutes time or what? I have legal shield. I have data responsible to our Gardner. I just want to know so that I can have them look at the statute and make sure that everything is recorded. What is the statute? I told people it's going to be under 2000. You have your name, that? Can I have that? Great. Renee, put it back to us. We'll look at it. It's going to be all over the 16. You're getting booked for obstructing the thoroughfare. For what? It's getting booked for obstructing the thoroughfare. You're saying I'm going to have my attorney look at it? No, it's a true legitimate code. It seems like you're incredulous about the code, sir. So you'll get educated tonight when you have your judge. Call freedom of speech. Very true. Allowed to ask what the code was. Freedom of speech, that's your right. Yes, sir.
William spent a night in jail.
Now picture this, y'all. Now we saw what happened. The dude was not being rude to the cops. They said they stopped him because he was blocking something. I guess the roadway. They say he was blocking the roadway, blocking traffic. And after they took him out of handcuffs, I already done put him in handcuffs, ran his name, probably found out he didn't have no warrants. So it's like, all right, man, we ain't got nothing right here, man. Go on, take him out of cuffs. So now he's asking, why did you stop me? It went from, I guess, he wasn't about to get a ticket. Then he was about to get a ticket. But when he kept asking him, as soon as he asked for that badge number, the cop just changed his mind. Nope, you're going to jail. How many of us want cops to have that type of leeway? Because it seems like the guy got on his nerves by asking questions, which is his legal right. Freedom of speech, he can talk. It seemed like the cop got annoyed and decided he was going to put somebody in jail because he heard what he said. You're going to get educated tonight. That's just like what black folks say all the time. You're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. But let's see how it played out.
And it took months to get the charges dropped.
It was something that did not need to happen. Yeah.
Is that how you feel about this whole situation? It just didn't need to happen?
It didn't need to happen.
Renee, put it back to us. We'll look at it.
Clearly, they're just trying to teach him a lesson.
Josh Carden is William's attorney.
He literally just asked questions at core First Amendment activity and got thrown in handcuffs for it.
Other than the First Amendment issues, he says there's other parts of the stop that stand out, parts we haven't shown you yet.
You can't look at this situation and ignore my client's race. You can't ignore the comments, racially tinged comments made by the officers.
The comments come right at the beginning of Williams' detainment.
All right, now here go, look. I already know my snowflakes about to say something. All snowflakes, please keep that snowflakey stuff inside your soul right now, because race does play a part in a lot of things in America. I understand that you don't think it do, but I'm sorry, you live in a bubble. Listen to what they said, because his lawyer even his white lawyer saying this shit, man. Come on now.
Officers.
The comments come right at the beginning of Williams' detainment.
Are your homeboy here, sir, yet? Go ahead and shake it down. You want to grab a bag for him? It looks like CJ Jeff, circa 1994.
What do you think about that?
Well, to refer to anyone based on a rapper or a singer and their characteristics is inappropriate and speaks to their lack of professionalism.
In the lawsuit, it also alleges William was stopped and cited under false pretenses. So in the probable cause statement to justify Williams' arrest, police wrote a southbound vehicle had to abruptly slow down to avoid a collision with Kitchen. A vehicle driving northbound in the westbound turn lane honked the horn to alert traffic and to attempt to get Kitchen out of the roadway. But Cardin says the problem is those weren't regular drivers. They were police cars doing surveillance on the bus stop, and they honked in order to create a reason to stop William. Why wouldn't they just put in that it was their cars?
I think it's to hide the fact that they had no real reasonable grounds for putting my client in handcuffs and taking him to jail.
The end of this blurry body camera footage also reveals a unique twist in this case. William is not anti-police, someone out waiting and looking to sue. That night, he said he tried to de-escalate the situation by expressing support for the officers. You're suing the Phoenix Police Department, but you're pretty pro-police?
I am, yeah. I'm pro-police. I am independent-leaning conservative, and I have always been pro-police. You know, the officers put on their uniform, and, you know, they're doing this to serve their community, integrity, honor, you know, respect.
Renee, put him back in custody.
But the officers chose to escalate it through their actions, and I feel like I'm obligated as someone who went through that to hold them accountable.
I'm investigator.
Now, P game, y'all. He's a Trump supporter. He's an advocate for the cops. And he still don't get that he just got his Negro wake-up call. Like, dude, you can support him all you want. You can wave that goddamn flag all you want. At the end of the day, they see you on the street at night, you a nigga. I'm just sorry to say it. You a nigga. That's how they see you. And that's how they treated you. That's why your black ass went to jail. And you still, like, it be some of these people, you slap them in the face, they be like, oh, he didn't really mean it. He didn't really mean it. These folks look at you. Look, you got profiled, buddy. They racially profiled your ass. Then they lied on, they omitted on the report. And when I say people don't tell you the whole truth, they lying. They didn't even say they were the vehicles that were on the road. I need to know if he was actually walking in the road, because I never heard that be confirmed yet. This dude's still sitting over here after they took him to jail. He had to wait months to get the charges dropped just so because remember y'all gotta understand, you have to get the charges that are pending against you dropped. That process has to go through first before you can even file a lawsuit. Before you can even send a notice to the city that you're about to sue. You gotta wait for all that to go through. So they dragged this shit out. He had to deal with this shit over his head for months. And his goofy ass still sitting told me once we get Trump back in office. You didn't hear Trump when Trump said maybe the police need to stop being nice to him? He said it during his first presidency. You know, when you put them in the car, you ain't gotta be so nice, you know. Pretty much advocating for cops to fuck citizens up. But some people like, that ain't what he meant. What do you mean by not being so nice? This super dummy over here still, yeah, you know, honor, integrity, serving your community. Bitch, they get paid for that shit. That's why they do that shit. They get paid. They get paid pretty good too. Cops make decent money, man. Be on the force for about 4 years to stay out of trouble, man. You gonna make a good, decent paycheck. That's why they doing it. They ain't doing it to protect and serve your goofy ass. And they profiled your black ass at night. That's what they did. And this dummy still sitting over there, Trump in office. Man, dude, you don't. Now I don't feel sorry for you.
Dave Biscobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
Phoenix police declined to comment for the story, but they will have to answer that lawsuit. It's another case where the Department of Justice investigation will play a role. The lawsuit cites the DOJ's findings of Phoenix PD that they have a pattern and practice of racial discrimination, retaliation, and First Amendment violations. Right now on your screen, you're looking at several similar cases we exposed, which ended up in the DOJ's final report. If you want to read more about this new lawsuit or see our 32-part breakdown of the DOJ's investigation, head to ABC 15.
Man, I ain't even gonna hold you, man. I hope you don't get a dime. I hope you don't get a dime. You know, because they out there just trying to serve and protect, man. Like, yeah, they might have made a mistake, but you don't need to get no money for that, man. Look, they just give you an apology. Go on about your motherfucking business, man. Go on about your motherfucking business, man. We don't worry about it. You had to bail out. Yeah, that money could be gone, man. We ain't worried about that, man. Like, don't worry about that, man. Those good men in uniform were out there trying to protect and serve, and you just happen to get caught up. Don't be trying to sue nobody, buddy. Don't be trying to sue nobody. Y'all know how I truly feel about it, man. I think he should sue him, and I think he should get paid, and the taxpayers should have to pay for it. But when you got that mindset, like you will be perfectly fine if they did it to somebody else, but as soon as they do it to you, you got an issue with it. Now you want to sue. I can't get behind people like that. I can't get behind people like that at all. That's just crazy, bro. You know, they're just out here trying to do the right work. And this is the funny thing, because I showed y'all the black dude. I'm trying to tell you, these cops are sensitive as Charmin, bro. They softer than marshmallows when it comes to their feelings. When it comes to their feelings, y'all. And now we going to my boy, man. We about to go to my boy, the civil rights lawyer, y'all. Y'all know I like to cover him from time to time. I'm gonna show you how sensitive some of these cops can be. And people need to start waking up. Like, I don't understand how they can see this happening to their fellow Americans and they're just perfectly fucking fine with it. They're perfectly fine with it. They'll make excuses till the cows come home. They'll make excuses for people in power that need to be held to a higher standard than me and you, but they hold you to a higher standard, and they make excuses for people that can just violate you if they choose to, because people like them will just believe a narrative. But either way, though, let's go to the civil rights lawyer. They about to do this white man so bad, man, they gonna do him dirty, bro. It ain't even right.
She getting cited for disorderly conduct, obscene gesture. It's a $120 fine.
Josh Smith just wanted some fast food from Humdingers, but instead he ended up with a ticket from the police for saying this. And this.
Stop blocking the road. They said nobody can get through the drive-thru for a half an hour. So, what's your name, man? You can't be going around flipping people off, yelling at people. You're a dumbass. And that's why you're getting a citation. Yeah. The citation, I'll beat it when I go to court. That's why you're getting a ticket. Keep your mouth shut, please.
Didn't he have the right to criticize the police and to use obscenities when he did it? So what happened when he went to court? Let's go through it. This occurred back in October in Montrose, Colorado. This happened in the parking lot of a fast food joint called Humdingers. Josh Smith is a regular there, but when he pulled in that afternoon, there were 3 Montrose police vehicles that were blocking the path to the drive-through window. Officers stopped an SUV that had been rented months earlier from Hertz Rental Car Company, but apparently never returned.
Open the door from the outside, slowly. Anybody else in the vehicle? Step out of the vehicle now. Walk backwards. She thought he bought more time with the rental company. Oh, okay.
They arrested the 2 people who were driving the car, and they were in the process of sorting through potential evidence in the vehicle. But as body cam footage shows, they were actually goofing off because they found a sex toy in the vehicle.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
One of the officers then, using the apparent suction cup feature, stuck it to the outside of this car. There was some really important police work going on here, obviously. We wouldn't want anyone who's just hungry or trying to get fast food to interfere with this important business. So when Smith pulls up, he finds this drive-through blocked, and so he yells out his window, expressing that he wanted them to get out of the way.
Move your shit out the way, dickheads. There's nothing else, sir. You just look.
Is that this black car right here?
No, it was the silver car that's in there. That went through the drive-thru.
Moments later, one of the officers, again doing very important work, decided that he had time to stop doing that work and walk all the way over to the spot where Smith was trying to order his food at the drive-thru.
Quit yelling or you're gonna get a citation, understood?
Yes.
The lights are there. That means don't go by them, right? Fuck out of the way, I'm ordering my food. Quiet, order your food. Samsung's listing.
So are you wanting the vendors in the combo or just by themselves?
The combo meal.
Are you wanting
Colorado 564 X-ray Ocean equipment.
But that wasn't the end of it, because when Smith got to the drive-thru window, a Humdinger's worker told him that he was the first customer in a half an hour. She thought that the drive-thru lane had been closed off by the police. So after picking up his order, Smith pulled around the building. He was yelling out his window as he drove towards an officer who then began to walk towards him. He then expressed his criticism that they were blocking this business's drive-thru completely unnecessarily for the past half an hour.
What's the problem?
Starts blocking the road. They said nobody can get to the drive-thru for a half an hour. So,
What's your name, man?
That officer then conferred with the sergeant, who decided that Smith had broken the law. So he climbed into his police cruiser and he headed off in pursuit of Smith, stopping him about a mile away. As he approached Smith's vehicle, this is what was said.
You're gonna get a citation. I need your driver's license.
For what?
You can't be flipping people off.
Oh, yeah, that's a second.
You're going to identify yourself.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Any weapons in there?
There you go, bud.
Thank you. Hang tight, buddy. That's why you're getting a ticket.
A short time later, the sergeant returned with a ticket for disorderly conduct for making an obscene gesture.
Here, Mr. Smith, there's your driver's license back. Can I get a phone number for you? Didn't hear you. So you get cited for disorderly conduct, obscene gesture. It's a $120 fine. You have a court date of November 28th, 2024 at Montrose Municipal Court. If you don't wish to pay the fine, you want to plead not guilty. If you do want to pay the fine, it's $120 fine. Pay it before that November 28th date, okay? Information on the back of the citation on how to do that. So you just sign on the X saying you'll take care of it beforehand or do it on that court date. I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
I'm not signing anything.
Okay. Refusing to sign? Can't be going around flipping people off, yelling at people.
You're a dumbass.
And that's why you're getting a citation.
Yeah, it's a citation. I'll beat it when I go to court.
Perfect, that's what court's for. Okay. Now don't take your sad inhibitions on life out on somebody else, okay?
Shut the fuck up.
Have a wonderful day. I'm Sergeant English. That's why you're getting a ticket. Keep your mouth shut, please.
And according to Montrose's municipal code, a person can commit disorderly conduct in multiple ways, including by making an obscene gesture to another person in a public place in a manner likely to provoke a violent or disorderly response. Just setting First Amendment issues aside, what is that officer saying about himself to write somebody a ticket for making an obscene gesture that was likely to provoke a violent or disorderly response from police officers? But remember, the word obscenity is a term of art. Obscenities are generally not protected under the First Amendment, but obscenity is not the same thing as profanity. Think more sexual in nature.
I'm so sorry.
And Uncanny, you are 100% correct. Me and you too. Me and you both, sir. You said, bruh, my teeth would be in the pavement bleeding if I talk like that. You're 100% correct. Look, I hear people all the time, and I know these people personally, that will talk about how you need to be respectful to the police, and, you know, if you just kept your mouth closed, you know, you'll get up out of there. Those are the exact same people that act just like that man in that car. Cuss their ass the fuck out, call them everything but a child of God. But they'll sit and counsel you and dictate to you that what you need to do. And I'm talking about people that look like this, talking to people that look like this. Yeah, if y'all just, you know, were respectful and stuff, every time you speak for, that's what they be on. Every time. I know too many of them that I see get stopped by the cops, and the first thing they do is ready to cuss them out. But I will admit, and I'm gonna let the video play a little bit more, because this is already a problem. And I ain't talking about the driver. He one of them people that's probably just angry all day. But what the officers did is what I really want to focus on, but I'm gonna let them keep going.
Generally, we do have a constitutional right, a First Amendment right, to use profanity in our communications with police officers. Now, there are limits to that. We can't do so in a way that somehow actually physically interferes with what they're doing, but just in our daily interactions with police officers, such as they were used in this video and many other videos that I've done. An obscene gesture, as defined under First Amendment law, again, is going to be something probably sexual in nature, not just a bad word. There can be little doubt that Mr. Smith here was engaging in your basic First Amendment profanity with the police, which is protected speech. So that charge was clearly problematic because offending or disturbing the police is not a crime. It's protected free speech. Then, ever busy protecting the citizens of Montrose, on November 7th, Montrose's city attorney amended that charge by dismissing the allegation of disorderly conduct and then accusing Smith of interference with an officer, writing in a court motion that the change accurately reflects the evidence to be presented at trial. Their city ordinance defines interfering with an officer as using or threatening to use violence, force, or physical interference or obstacle to obstruct, impair, or hinder the enforcement of the law or preservation of the peace by a peace officer. Well, he didn't use violence. He didn't threaten to use violence. There was no physical interference. How did that city attorney even write that with a straight face?
Once again, that's why I wanted to start off with covering these city officials, because they with the bullshit too. It's a whole system to protect and keep on hemming up citizens, taking your shit away from you while they sit around and act like they big dogs and don't want to get held to the same standard. She took away the charge, or he took away the charge. Whoever the city prosecutor is took away the charge with disorderly conduct and then tried to add something else on, and we clearly saw the video. So first off, your officer wrote a charge for this person, and the city prosecutor said, nope, that's not, he didn't do that. But then added in something else instead that we clearly saw that he didn't do. Just because they want to stick it to this guy because this guy had some words for them. Y'all. And think about how petty, what's the word I like to use? Snowflakish these motherfuckers are. He hurt the cops' feelings. Let alone we ain't gonna sit around and talk about the cops sitting around, especially the female officer, because I know what that voice sounds like. She over here playing with sex toys in these people's car and sticking it on the car, contaminating their sex toy, thinking it's all funny, giggly, giggly, giggly. They doing all this stuff and this man just trying to get him something to eat. But he gotta be inconvenienced because they want to sit around and play on the job and they're doing serious stuff. But if it was so serious, why did you even walk up to him when he was ordering his food, telling him to be quiet? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you to tell a citizen to be quiet? You're a law enforcement officer. You know people have the right. You got freedom of speech. You can criticize the cops all you want. You just can't say fighting words. You can't be like, I'm gonna fuck you up with some shit like that. You can't threaten them. But you can cuss them out as much as you want. You can say whatever you want to them. They're the enforcers of the law and they're violating the law. And I don't understand why people don't have an issue with that. It still blows my mind to this day that people do not have an issue with that. And shout out to Hurricane, he said facts. I swear we got too many people that like to lick leather around here. I swear y'all like to lick leather. Call you bootlickers.
It went to court. He won because he had to. But the judge who dismissed it said that he was immature, offensive, and unnecessary, but that he had a protected First Amendment right to say the things that he said.
A Montrose man fought the law, and today he won. This all stemmed from an incident last October where police had ticketed a man for swearing at them.
This morning, a judge dismissed the case after concluding what the man said was constitutionally protected freedom of speech.
Wednesday morning, the judge called Smith's behavior immature, offensive, and unnecessary, but also said it was free speech protected by the First Amendment. Bottom line, the interference charge was unconstitutional as applied in this case based on these facts.
I pretty much knew that we would win.
And before he talked, think about this. So you had an officer that's supposed to know the law, wrote him a ticket for something. Then it went to the city prosecutor that's supposed to know the law and prosecute the law, threw out the first charge, and then added a charge. It took all the way to get in front of a judge for him to be like, nope, he didn't do that. But I'm still part of the good old boy system. So I'm gonna tell you in this courtroom, you're immature. What you did was unnecessary. Where's that same energy for the cops that pulled him in over and wrote him a ticket underneath the color of law? Where's that energy for them? I see that's the problem that I have. Because it'd be one thing if the judge said that to him and then that officer got reprimanded, got some retraining or something or whatever. Something happened to the officer for doing what he did. But nothing happened to the officer. Nothing's going to happen to the officer. Nothing's going to happen to that city prosecutor that brought phony-ass charges to court. So your taxpayer dollars got wasted for them trying to pursue a charge because their feelings got hurt. Understand the society that we're living in. And that's why I tell people, they don't just do it to people that look like me. They doing it to people that look like y'all too. They did it for so long against us that now it's just regular day protocol. And now they gonna get y'all too. But motherfuckers still want to sit around here and be licking that leather. I'm trying to tell you, we got a lot of leather lickers around here. A lot of leather lickers around here. Well, let's see what the man got to say, man. Let's see what he got to say.
Constitutional is applied in this case based on these facts.
I pretty much knew that we would win. I just didn't. I thought it would be like I thought it was going to actually have to go to trial.
That trial had been set for next week in Montrose Municipal Court. The question now is whether Smith will sue the city in federal court.
So the charges were dismissed. But is it even necessary for a judge to call us immature or offensive or tell us what is unnecessary? If we have a First Amendment right to criticize our government, that's up to us whether or not it's necessary, and that's up to us how hyperbolic we want to be. This is about much more than maturity or offensiveness or something being unnecessary. This is about police officers who have taken an oath to uphold the Constitution being caught violating that oath over something so trivial. They tried to retaliate against a citizen for engaging in protected speech. And if they do that there, what else have they done? What else will they do? I would argue at that point, they can no longer be trusted to follow the Constitution in the future. The fact is that cops think it's okay to do this across the country. And then well-meaning, useful idiots will just say, F around and find out. Yeah, we know if we're being rational that we should not flip off the cops. We know that we should not criticize them in any way because F around, find out. Even though we have a constitutional right to do so. If we're being rational, we know not to do it. Do you not see the problem with that? But for certain people like Mr. Smith or other people that fill videos on YouTube, we wouldn't know about these police officers who are willing to break their oaths. It's not about fast food. It's not about feelings. It's much more serious because these things are always a slippery slope. The same people that say F around, find out in these situations are going to be the ones demanding answers in the more serious situations, the ones they care about. And if you care about issues like these, holding the government accountable for small and large civil rights violations, then please follow along. Subscribe both here and at the blog at the Civil Rights.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man, it's bigger than just people thinking that, yeah, he got what he deserved. Because a lot of people think their feelings about a situation trumps anything. And a lot of them wear uniforms, but we also got a lot of civilians out here that feel that exact same way. I feel some type of way. So yeah, you deserve what you got. What's the point of having these laws? What's the point of having the Constitution if that's what it's gonna come down to? I really don't like people that think like that. I ain't gonna lie. I really don't like people that think like that. I want to slap them in their motherfucking mouth. I really do, because they a waste of breath. They a waste of space in this planet. Because you will sit around and watch your fellow Americans, and they be the main ones. America, America, America. They the first ones to get in the crowd and yell that shit from the mountaintops. Then okay those same rights that America put in place to be violated when it's somebody that I just don't like the way they're acting, so you know it is what it is. Like, no, it's not. It's not. This shit's crazy. That's why I said what I said about the black dude when he got stopped by the cops and they racially profiled his ass. Like, dude, you'll sit down there and suck their dick off. You'll suck them off. Top them all the way. All the way off. Till they fuck you over. Like, I don't understand that mindset, man. And I think it comes to the propaganda that was pushed in our faces when we were kids growing up. You know, watching Cops and Chips and Live PD and all that shit. They pushed that shit down our throats. They pushed it down our throats growing up. So people just magically have this thought process that the cops are great and they're doing some noble job. Doing some noble job to protect the community. These motherfuckers ain't protecting shit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, they are not protecting shit. They protect property. They protect elected officials. Average citizen? Probably not. They never stop no crime. They always come after the crime is being committed. They don't stop crime. And I still hear people saying that shit to this day. Man, cops, you know, they got a hard job. They got to prevent crime. Them motherfuckers ain't preventing crime ever in their life, ever in the institution of a crime. They always respond after the fact. And they come in with force, ready to just hem something up. They ain't never coming in trying to figure out what the situation is. And I'm gonna give y'all a good example of what I'm talking about because it's the video of the night. The video of the night that we gonna talk about, y'all. This man was reported as throwing rocks. We got a man, y'all. He was reported as throwing rocks at cars somewhere. They show up, guns drawn. Now remember what I told you. There was a call that this man was throwing rocks. And they showed up with guns out. I want y'all to understand that. Hurricane said facts, man. You already know, man. Hurricane, you already know, man. I don't like that shit just like you don't like it, man. I don't get how people can sit around and watch people do their fellow citizens wrong. And then these people get mad when people sue. They be the same ones that get mad. Oh, you just wanted some money. Where is your logic? I think we got a lot of retarded people in this country. I'm sorry to say it, man. We got a lot of super dummies. A lot of super dummies in this country. Where they just see a badge, they see a uniform, and they automatically, they're right no matter what. They say, don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe your lying eyes. Believe us. They for the government when it's against other folks, but then they're against the government when they feel like somebody encroaching on them. I don't understand the logic. I don't understand how that shit correlates. I don't get how you got here. I don't get how you got here, but a lot of people get there. You say, we live in a idiocracy. We do. We do, man. We got a dummy for the president and a lot of dummy motherfuckers around him supporting that shit. But here we go, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the news story first. And I will tell y'all ahead of time. This happened 3 years ago. The main reason I'm covering it because we finally got updates. Yeah, because 3 years ago they did this to this man. But now we finally getting some know-how about this whole situation. So check it out. Here's a news report so y'all can get a refresher real quick, and then I'm gonna show y'all the video.
Turning back now to that breaking news that happened just a few hours ago for that officer-involved shooting that happened near 19th and Glendale Avenues, getting out to Luzdelia Caballero.
Hey, looky again, Phoenix Police.
You are live with the latest. Luzdelia, tell us exactly what police are answering for.
Well, still more questions than answers. There is still a big police presence out here. Crime scene tape still going on. This is an ongoing investigation. What we know is that officers were actually leaving a call they responded to unrelated to this incident when, as they were going through that intersection near 19th Avenue and Tucky, they perceived some objects being thrown to their vehicle. Now, because this was such a fluid situation, officials say officers really didn't know what objects were being thrown. So when they were able to do so, they looped around, bringing them right to this spot, 19th Avenue and Tucky. That's just south of the light rail. And that's when they got a better idea of what was being thrown at them, now identifying those objects as rocks. Eventually, 2 officers got out of the vehicle. They were asking the man to stop throwing those rocks. That man was not listening to command. Officials say that this man was in his early 30s. Eventually, he was at a point where he was going to throw a second rock, and that's where that officer-involved shooting occurred. Now, when I say still more questions than answers, that's because when we...
Now, I want y'all to hear what the lady said. I want y'all to track that very well, because this is what, and I want people to truly understand this. When a lot of these reporters report the news, they're given this information from the police. So this is one side of the situation telling the reporters who are going to report this to everybody in the public about what happened. Not the other side of the story, because you got this side, then you got the truth. You got one-sided information being given right now. Now I want y'all to hear again what she said, because when y'all see the video, it's going to be clearly disproven.
shooting occurred. Now, when I say still more questions than answers, that's because when we asked them, how big those rocks were, proximity between the suspect and the officer's perceived threat, those questions were not answered again because it is still under investigation. We also asked if the
It was look, y'all, it was under investigation, but they gave you all this initial information. Hold on, let's get that initial information again. Because remember, it's under investigation, so we can't answer any specifics, but we can give you a narrative that you can go tell everybody that makes us seem like we're innocent.
was at a point where he was going to throw a second rock.
At a point where he was about to throw a second rock at the officers. So he already threw a rock at the officers. Okay.
And that's where that officer involved shooting occurred. Now, when I say still more questions than answers, that's because when we asked them, how big those rocks were, proximity between the suspect and the officer's perceived threat, those questions were not answered again because it is still under investigation. We also asked if the officers were okay, if they were struck, if they were injured. Again, because it's under investigation, those questions were not answered. We learned that the suspect died in the hospital, though life-saving measures were rendered on scene before he was taken to the hospital. So again, we will stay on top of this. This is a developing situation. More questions than answers, but of course we are working to get you those answers at this time.
Man, we had a lot of things being said that I think the officers were happy to make sure they got out there. Yeah, look, man, he threw a rock at us first, and then he was about to throw another rock, and I guess that's when the incident happened. He was about to throw a second rock, y'all remember that. And we rendered aid. We're gonna see if we got any proof of that. But I'm gonna actually let, if y'all don't know, the Junkyard News, man, I don't really get to cover his videos a lot, but he's gonna give y'all a quick still of it before I give y'all the actual full-length video, which ain't nothing but maybe a minute and a half. But I'm gonna let him give his breakdown of what's going on because I don't like how we are so okay with that in society. Yeah, I know the public wants to get a brief of pretty much what happened in the situation, but when you pretty much put a narrative out there and shape it one way, and then we watch evidence later and find out that ain't the case, I think we need to have a real conversation about who's in this police department, and somebody need to lose their goddamn job because obviously they done proved they a liar. Because if it's your word against the cop's word when y'all go to court, 99.9% of the time they're taking that officer's word. Now, if there's video or something, that might help you out a little bit. Might help you out. But if it ain't nothing, it's just his word versus your word, they're taking their word every time. And we know it's probably some people in this chat watching right now that will take an officer's word over anything a citizen says. I know it's a lot of y'all around here. But either way though, let's go ahead and play the Junkyard News. Shout out to him.
Officers say that Osman ignored their commands.
It looked like it was going to hit me in the head and possibly knock me out or kill me or something.
His family says he was suffering a mental episode.
This video was intended to inform and educate the public.
Hello everybody. Welcome once again to another video here on the Junkyard News. And in today's video news story we have sticks and stones may break your bones, but an officer looking for a paid vacation will always end you. This incident happened here in my home state of California, where California Highway Patrol officers have just ended a man who was said to be hurling rocks.
I guess it's California. I thought it was Phoenix.
At cars in Riverside County Monday evening. You see, CHP officers had responded to Gilman Springs Road in San Jacinto, California, just after about 4:45 p.m. to investigate reports of a man possibly in mental distress throwing rocks at incoming cars. And they found the man near Gilman Springs Road east of the 79 freeway. The agency reported that CHP officers arrived on scene and attempted to contact the male subject, who then began to throw rocks towards CHP officers on scene. Now, CHP does claim that officers used verbal commands and some type of non-deadly lethal force options, but the man continued to approach officers, prompting at least one to open fire. The man was struck at least once and pronounced at the scene. And of course, no officers were hurt in this incident. This incident is still being investigated as to whether or not the shooting was justified. So you have a man in potential mental distress, having some type of episode, possibly, throwing rocks at cars, which yes, is pretty bad enforcement officer use deadly force in a rock throwing incident. I remember back a couple years ago, a Phoenix cop was terminated. He was actually fired for a shooting during a rock throwing incident. Back then, a 34-year-old man passed away after he was shot by police back in 2022. And after the investigation, Phoenix police determined that the officer's conduct was not within the bounds of their policies.
At cars hitting police cruisers near 19th Avenue in Glendale. Officers say that Osman ignored their commands.
It looked like it was going to hit me in the head and possibly knock me out or kill me or something.
His family says he was suffering a mental episode.
They didn't even give him a chance to just stop or at least put his hands up.
Then, in February 2023, his family filing an $85 million wrongful death lawsuit.
They pulled right up to the man, in range of his rock-throwing abilities, jumped out of their cars with their firearms already unholstered and drawn, and sent lead downrange. Now, the city ended up paying a $5 million lawsuit settlement filed by the man's family, even though prosecutors declined to file criminal charges. Now, the feds in that case even chimed in, and that Justice Department report said that Phoenix police did not wait after calling for less lethal weapons, such as stun bags, to confront the man who was throwing rocks at vehicles. The report says the officers instead drove back by him, stopped within the throwing distance, got out with their guns drawn, and fired 4 shots at the man. And the feds claim it was excessive for what was going on that night. Now, after the Phoenix Police Department finished their investigation, they ended up terminating that officer, and he did appeal to the Civil Service Board to try to get his job back. Records show that that officer's appeal actually went before the Civil Service Board hours after the feds released their report on the incident. And when the city was asked if Johnson was going to get his job back, a city spokesman said that Johnson had filed to have his firing overturned based on state law, but was denied. Now, the family thought in that case it should have actually gone before a grand jury, but that never happened. And again, prosecutors declined to file any type of charges whatsoever against the officer, even though the department said he violated policy. But
now I want y'all to peep game. Now, once again, we got a prosecutor, because I told y'all they all work together. They buddy. Refuse to prosecute this guy. Now, when y'all see the video, y'all tell me if y'all think it's worthy of being prosecuted when I show it to you.
Y'all know policy is not law.
May 2023, Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell declining to charge the officers involved.
The facts and evidence in each case and determine if criminal charges are warranted based on the law.
And the DA claimed that, according to state law, they didn't think they could get a conviction for anything involving the shooting. So now, in this California shooting,
now, Pete Game, you don't think that, and this is just his words, I don't know exactly if that's what she was trying to say, because I didn't get to hear her full press conference. But next time, Junkyard, let us hear the whole thing so we can make that same assumption. But let's take him like he was telling the truth. They didn't think they could get a conviction, so they weren't going to bring charges. They brought charges against that man that told the cops to go fuck themselves. Knowing that it went against the law, it wasn't against the law for what he did. They still brought charges and it went to court. But I guess, the officers want to bring charges against you. Yeah, we'll run that. We'll run that gambit all the way. We'll run that all the way. But, if we do something wrong and we got to prosecute our own, man, I just don't think we can get a conviction. So, not going to charge anybody. Not going to charge anybody. Just going to let it ride. Just fire them.
do you think this CHP officer is going to end up the same way as the Phoenix cop? Do you think the CHP is going to investigate themselves and find that the officer didn't violate it?
Nah, we about to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the video because he talking about two different instances. I was like, man, I know I didn't get the wrong video. He was talking about the Phoenix one that we talking about tonight, but he also talking about something that happened out there in Cali. So either way though, I'm gonna give y'all this video, y'all. It's a quick minute and 30 seconds. Now YouTube got it underneath this this little blocker because they don't want people to look at this stuff. But we gonna watch it. We gonna watch it. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be very, very, like some people ain't seen this shit. We watch movies, y'all. We watch movies around here. Now I want y'all to see this shit, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. All right? We saw that, right? I'm gonna do it one more time. And I want y'all to make sure y'all pay close attention. How long did it take before he pulled up to let off on this dude? Because a lot of people don't care. This man threw a rock. He threw a rock. About this big. Maybe that big. Yeah, maybe it was that big. He threw a rock. This shit crazy, man. This motherfucker pulled right up on him. Pulled right up on him. Think about this, y'all. If it was so dangerous to deal with this situation, why would you pull right up on somebody that's throwing rocks, supposedly? You can't get on your loudspeaker and yell from, put the rocks down from the other side of the road. No, you're gonna pull right up on this dude. All right? Now watch how fast he get out the car with his gun out. Because think about it, this guy's throwing rocks. He ain't out here shooting guns off or got somebody at knife point or nothing. He throwing rocks. Look how fast he get out this car with that gun out.
Drop it! Put it down now!
Gun was out, y'all. Gun is already out of his hand. He already got the gun out.
Drop it!
You heard it. Drop it.
Put it down now!
Put it down now. He throws the rock, all right? You see how that guy's body's positioned? Like he's trying to go away from him. He threw a rock. Clearly it didn't hit the officer. Clearly it didn't hit none of their vehicles. It looked like he threw that bitch in the air. But he threw the rock. So I can't say he didn't throw a rock at the cops or somewhere in their direction. But look at his body. He is going away. He is going away from the officer. That man put 4 bullets in him. He put 4 bullets in a man fleeing away from him. And we can say that he was fleeing. That's what we can say, he was fleeing. He threw a rock, and I know these FOFA motherfuckers, fuck FAFO, whatever the hell, however you say it. I don't use that dumb shit. But they'll sit here and say he had it coming. He deserved it.
Drop it! Put it down now!
Going away. Lit him up. Now y'all remember that the reporter told y'all that he was in the process of about to throw a second rock. Did y'all see him in the process of about to throw a second rock? Because that's what the cops told her. That's what the cops told her, and that's what she got on the news and told everybody in America. One more time.
Drop it! Put it down now!
She also said they rendered aid on site. Let's see if we see some aid being rendered.
Get down now!
Get down. He on the ground. You shot him 4 times.
998, shots fired, subject's down.
Get down! Hey, guys,
Get down! Stay down! Where is it?
He's actively throwing stuff at our Tahoe right now.
Oh, Jesse.
After the shooting, officers provided medical aid to the individual and requested the fire department.
Now, let's see how much time passed. Because I like to watch these clocks. Right now, it says 18:50:28. 18:50:28. 18:46:57. 18:50. 18:46. 18:50, y'all. Y'all can see it right up at the top of the screen. Look at the top of the screen where my logo at. Rendering aid at 18:50. Shot the man at 18:46. 18:50. 18:46. Why did it take 4 minutes for y'all to get over there and render aid? You done dropped them already.
After the shooting, officers provided medical aid to the individual and requested the fire department for additional help.
Maybe time for him to bleed
Both
out.
patrol vehicles sustained damage from the rocks.
Man, look at that rock, man. That rock damaged the shit out of that police car that was speeding up real fast when he was throwing them rocks.
Being thrown. Detectives collected a number of rocks from the intersection, ranging in weight from 2.9 ounces to 19.8 ounces.
Heavy rocks.
Here's a sample of 4 different rocks collected.
I'm Katie Legrone, New School.
Y'all think they probably picked up just some random rocks? Y'all think they picked up some random rocks? Yeah, you right, Hurricane. 4 minutes. If my shit don't want to click on it? I'm trying to click on the comment. It won't let me click on the comment for some reason. There we go. All right, computer moving a little slow. Said 4 minutes doing nothing. You exactly right. It took you 4 minutes. Damn, I'm kicking shit now, y'all. 4 minutes. God damn it, man. I'm spinning the shower around and shit. 4 minutes, y'all. That man laid on that ground bleeding out because this officer put 4 bullets in his body because he threw a rock at him. Now, I'm one of these people, like, if I was a cop, because I hear people all the time telling me, yeah, you should be a cop. I would be a smart cop. Because, you know, there's always, the excuse is always that I'm going home to my family at night. That officer is trying to go home to his family. He wasn't trying to do anything crazy. He's just not trying to lose his life. He wants to go home to his family too. Then why the fuck would you pull up in front of something that you perceive as a threat? Why wouldn't you put yourself in the most optimal situation to be able to handle this, do what you need to do from a safe distance? No, because you know he gonna hear. This is the funny thing about it. They always say they trying to go home and we see shit like this, but let it be a bank robbery. They'll just run right up in there. Let it be a school shooting. Y'all remember we had that video? We had that video from a while ago. We didn't, because it was so many of them. But it was a school shooting. And it was so egregious that the parents had already made it to the school. They had got the alert that it was a school shooting at their elementary school. The parents had made it to the school. And what were the officers doing? Standing outside. And the whole time they were standing outside, you could still hear gunshots going off. The parents were trying to run in there and get in there to their kids and save them because the officers were too pussy to run up in there. But a man throwing a rock, you pull right up on his ass and gun him down. And I want people to truly understand this. I am not sitting here over here trying to defend a man throwing a rock. You know what I am defending? I will defend anybody. You throw a rock, you don't need to be gunned down. You don't need to be gunned down. You don't need to be gunned down. You see, Hurricane said those cops picked up random rocks and threw it at their car. Man, the sad part, I ain't even gonna hold you. With the story that they told the news reporters, man, that shit, them dents and all that shit was probably already in them vehicles. You know how they like to drive them. They like to drive them hoes crazy and shit. And for the people that don't believe me, I had put up a video, I had put up a short earlier this week, y'all, of a guy calling out the police for the crazy crap that they do. And I literally had some people in the comment section talking about, yeah, that's what you get, being a snitch. Don't be snitching on the police. Look at this shit. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you real quick, like, because and they said it for a reason, y'all. They said it for a reason because the guy looked like this. Check it out.
Go viral like it did.
Nor did Hammond Brown think this video
Y'all look at HPD, man. Look, they out here doing donuts, man.
would set off an internet war between him and the Houston Police Officers Union.
Just leave me alone. I don't want no problems.
When Brown first spoke to ABC 13, he said officers were having reckless fun and doing exactly what they told citizens not to do.
We're human. We like to have a good time just like they do.
The police union proceeded to poke fun at Brown for his cracked windshield on Facebook and called him a snitch.
He took it a little serious, and then things may have went off the rails a little bit.
The attacks got more personal and included reposted videos of Brown ghost riding his own vehicle.
You can't do what he does in public and then turn around and call out others.
It's really messing with me because y'all posting all my business on social media. It's like y'all doing a lot to me and y'all really getting me scared, like, because I ain't gonna go viral.
Now look, can we say that man is wrong for ghost riding his car? Yeah. You see, we got one guy right here, y'all. We got this guy right here. I don't know how you can say his name. I'm down for this level of petty. He's talking about the officers. Let me see what somebody else. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give that motherfucker a thumbs down on that one. I know I seen somebody in here that said something real fucking stupid. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I like that one right there. I've been pulled over for this before. They let me go because I was cool, because they was cool. I don't nobody want to hear that. They talking about his forehead. This motherfucker said, stop recording everything. Now the law on your ass. Laughing. This motherfucker laughing. Stop recording everything. Now the law on your ass. This is a person that is sitting around talking about, well, just don't record the cops and then you wouldn't have to worry about it. Interesting. See what somebody said. Motherfucker said you missed the point. Another person said for real. Why can cops be criminals? Good question. The fuck? Why only criminals can snitch on a cop? Why only criminals can snitch on a cop? The fuck? Bad cops are the best cops. Facts. Bad cops are the best cops. Facts. Yeah, true. That's the ones they want. They call this dude a crybaby. They doxing his information online. They law enforcement doxing his information online, but they call this dude a crybaby. This next person said, well, you poked at the officers, you snitch. Calling this man a snitch. There you go, somebody in here. How is he a snitch? He didn't do dirt with the cops, so explain how he's a snitch and not a civilian. Good question. And this person said, I guess they trying to explain to this dummy what a snitch is. Snitch means you know the person and told he doesn't know those cops. Some of y'all don't need to commit when you don't even know the definition of words. True. Give you another thumbs up. This motherfucker said in the last comment, I don't get it. We want our law enforcement to be more relatable, and when they start to be, we then snitch on them for being that way. Hands thrown up. They are people like the rest of us. I gave that one a thumbs down. What I said to this motherfucker. Oh, somebody else said something first. He said, okay, but if that had been you, they probably would have ticketed you or something. And then I had to write back on this one. Y'all said relatable by breaking the law. They write you tickets for. Boy, you dumb. And look, man, I ain't trying to be nice to nobody, man. You got a lot of small brain individuals out here. A lot of small brain individuals that will defend dumb shit like this. The man put a video on the internet of the cops breaking the law, telling people don't be busting donuts in the snow, and then you see them out there busting donuts in the snow. They got pissed off about that. You even had the police chief talking about we're humans just like them. Bitch, you're a law. See, and that be the problem. That'd be the biggest problem. I don't think people get it. The audacity for a law enforcement officer to even say that is an issue number one. I don't know why that didn't pop off some red flags for some of these small-brained individuals in my comment section. But then even on top of that, if you did that, you would get a consequence. You know what they probably got? Nothing. They probably didn't even get a talking to. Not even a stern talking to. Nothing. They probably was like, man, old buddy and post y'all on the internet. Oh, he did? Oh, man, let's dox his ass on the internet. Let's dox his ass on Facebook. And you got people in our society that support this dumb shit. I'm pretty sure when this video pop up later on this weekend, there's going to be some people justifying, well, he threw a rock. He threw a rock, so he deserved to be gunned down. When we have seen video after video of white folks waving machetes. I covered a video a while back, y'all. It was a while back, probably like a year or two ago. This white officer was this white dude was chasing this officer around a vehicle with a machete. And it took everything in the world for her not to shoot this dude. I'm talking about she only let off on this dude once he got close to her. She was trying her best to preserve this man's life. But this man threw a rock at you from probably like 15 feet away and you gunned him down when he was trying to walk away from you. And people would justify that shit. Yeah, let me see if I can find that video. Wait, man. Will, don't say Will Machete. Yeah, Wills, yeah. How you spell machete, y'all? At cops. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this shit crazy, man. Matter of fact, I don't even think I'm gonna be able to find it. Oh yeah, here we go. I found it. What these people did? Look, this be the same people that know the shit like this be happening and don't say a motherfucking word about it. But quick, as soon as it's a brown person, I ain't gonna say brown because we in this shit by ourselves. As soon as a black person do some shit like this, they
You'll
want to be
see
ready to
only
get it.
on
Watch this.
2. It shows the moments a machete-wielding man confronts deputies.
As you can see, the man walks towards the deputies, waving the machete back and forth in the air. This video shot by a bystander gives you a vantage point that we haven't previously seen. Channel 2's Robert Arnold is live tonight with more on this. Robert?
The man who shot that video was standing here
I don't know if this is a white dude doing this one. I ain't gonna hold you, y'all. This look like this in like Houston, El Paso, or some shit like that.
in several cars in this parking lot are what drew his attention. This video gives us the clearest picture yet of just how long police worked to calm this man down before those shots were fired.
The guy in the black jacket.
Police say the man waving the machete over his head was angry. He missed his chance to buy a ticket for a bus trip. He at first confronts deputy constables with Precinct 6. They try to calm him down. Doesn't work. The man with the machete tries to steal one of their patrol cars by smashing a window and trying to grab keys from a deputy constable. Several minutes pass, and the deputy constables, with guns now drawn, keep talking to him as he moves around the parking lot, still clutching that machete. At one point, he kneels down next to this truck and pokes at one of the tires. Officers inch closer, but then he stands up and becomes increasingly aggressive. HPD officers arrive as the man starts to point and march towards the deputy constables. The man and officers then disappear behind these cars. You don't see what happens next, but the crowd gathered around the bus lot clearly hear the shots.
Oh,
God. Police say the shots were fired after the man swung at officers with the machete, and a taser didn't stop him. He died in the parking lot. Investigators say
it's amazing how we get these videos and you can't see what happened, but you know we get the story. Yeah, he waved at me. He swung that thing at me, y'all. He swung that thing. Y'all can just go through all these different videos, man. This shit crazy, man.
New this morning on 2 News Today, a Tulsa man is in jail accused of threatening police with a machete. The arrest report for 42-year-old Norm Osteen says
man alive, y'all. He alive. They arrested him.
As officers had to use their tasers to get him under control around 12:30 this morning. Police were called after witnesses say Osteen threatened to kill a man with a 20-inch blade. Officers say he came at them with a machete raised, saying they'd have to kill him.
Now think about this. Think about this. So I think that other guy, he looked like he was Hispanic. That guy right there, they say he came at him, they used a taser and got him down. They got him down. But this man threw a rock. He threw a motherfucking rock, y'all. I want people to try to justify, well, it's gonna be those. It's gonna be those who come around and try to justify deleting a man for throwing a rock at the cops. We already seen one dude getting hemmed up, getting a ticket. $120-something ticket for, cussing at the cops because they was blocking the drive-through, playing with sex toys in a vehicle that they unstopped, and now they inventorying it. Even though they got time to play while they inventorying. We watched a guy get racially profiled at the bus stop, still talking about he support the cops. We need to have a real conversation about our justice system and our entire government system as a whole. And I ain't talking about the shit that them people that love Trump trying to do right now, because all they do trying to do is just make sure. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that video tomorrow, so some of y'all might get an idea of what's actually really going on, because a lot of folks talking about, you're finding corruption. That motherfucker ain't found 1 ounce of goddamn corruption. All that motherfucker doing is in there firing federal employees. That's all they doing. That's where they finding this money from. They just firing people, Americans laying their ass off. But we gotta have a real conversation about holding these people accountable that are in office, man. You can't have situations like this going down and people just stand idly by and okay this bullshit. We see officers lie, they back it up. We see officers getting their feelings and violate citizens, they back that shit up. We see prosecutors bringing bullshit charges for no reason, they back that shit up. We see prosecutors not bringing charges in cases where they should have had charges brought. We don't say shit about that. We watch cities sell you shit at an auction and then come back and take it from you. We don't say shit about that. I just watched a video earlier this week where there was a senator in a red state. I'm talking about in a red county. I'm like, they voted for Trump overwhelmingly, and the people are in there like, man, can y'all get this dude under control, bro? Our taxes and all this shit going up, man. And that motherfucker said, well, if y'all be quiet and stop acting like, I wish y'all would act more like the January 6 people and just be quiet. Y'all are just outrageous. And I was like, what the fuck? The audacity of these people in power, bro. They look down on every last one of us. And the funny part is, dummies keep putting their ass back in office. But look, I'm gonna stop ranting for the night, because I gotta go cook something to eat. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all write the shit down low in the comment section. Share the videos, turn them notices on, subscribe, all that shit if you haven't, man. I'm gonna keep covering these every Friday. I know I said Thursday, but nah, we doing this shit on Fridays now. And we'll be back here tomorrow, because I got some videos that we gonna go over, man. For all my Trump supporters, all the people that love him, they dear leader, I'm gonna piss you off tomorrow. I guarantee you that. And this ain't coming from somebody that's a Biden supporter or a Kamala supporter. I just don't like any piece of shit motherfucker that walks this earth. I don't. I really don't. I don't like people that operate underneath evil and people just sit around and turn a blind eye to it, because they wouldn't do it for nobody else. I don't like that shit. So I'm gonna call that shit out, and I'm gonna bring proof and evidence so people can actually understand. And I already know those same people they won't change their mind. They gonna sit around and act like they ain't see shit. They'll see their cousin touching their other cousin and won't say nothing because it's a cousin. I'm like, nah, bro, I call the police on your ass. But that's just me though. But y'all be safe tonight. Stay out of trouble. And I'll catch you in the next ones always, man. Peace.
Don't tell me about me. Stop telling 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 me about me. I don't need you to tell me about me.